Good evening, parents, carers and Year 11 students. I'm hoping this presentation will build on the presentations given to you from Mr. Looms and Mr. Allred, Head of Sixth Form. This particular presentation aims to explain a little bit more about the support that Hayes School can give to you and your child regarding their next steps beyond Year 11. Generally speaking, there are three pathways that students will take following Year 11. The vast majority, which over the last few years has been around 70% of students, will actually carry on to our own sixth form, and that is where Mr. Allred's speech would have been particularly useful. I would put out a reminder of the virtual open evening and make point of the fact that every student will receive a next steps meeting, regardless of whether they're going to the sixth form or not. But for sixth form students or sixth form students to be, that will be particularly important, as they will get to sharpen their final subject choices at that meeting. I would also suggest that students get very busy and remember to ask any questions of staff who teach or lead the subjects that they are yet to experience and may be considering for sixth form in advance of putting in their application for our sixth form at Hayes. The second most popular route is to go through another education provider. Generally speaking, these are further education providers, and there are some images there of the main education providers that we have seen students go on to in the past. Of these, the London South East Colleges Network is by far and away the most popular, encompassing both Orpington and Bromley College sites. Some of these colleges, like Hadlow and Capel Manor, are very specialised in that they deal with perhaps horticultural or environmental courses, whereas colleges such as London South East Group or Croydon College or Westminster tend to be a little bit broader in that they might consider routes into the trades, carpentry, electricians, that sort of thing, or they might also uncover things like health and beauty, childcare or hospitality courses. Students might also look at further education if they have one particular goal in mind. If they want to go all in on, say, for example, media, then it might be a BTEC level 2 or 3 is something they would rather pursue than a sixth form where they have to do 3 courses as a minimum. I would also highlight that the Brit School has been popular in the past as well, but again is very specific in that the Brit School launches students towards a performing arts career. Please can I also add that this presentation will be available after the evening so that you may be able to click on links and go directly to some of these particular further education sites. Once looking at these sites, I would point you in the direction of their open days. Obviously this year most of those will be virtual. Some of these will also offer virtual tours, and the applications will be opening very, very shortly if they're not already open now. In school, we will prioritise this group of students for careers advisory meetings. They will also have their next steps meeting with a senior member of Hayes staff, and we will give them support with their applications where required, although most times the student and parent are able to complete this themselves. We also feel that CV building is particularly useful for this group of students. Finally, occasionally some students will go directly into an apprenticeship, training provision or employment. This is an area that I would say is less popular in Year 11 and increasingly so at Year 13. But again, we will prioritise these students for careers advisory meetings, and there are numerous ways in which you can apply directly for these apprenticeships or traineeships. The main website of interest to you will be the .gov.uk website. A traineeship, which you can apply for directly from this site, is essentially a short-term work placement. An apprenticeship comes in many different levels, as you can see here, and again you can click on this link here and that will take you to a direct application for any of the apprenticeships currently available. Alternatively, you might be looking for employment, and that's where the careers advisory meeting would be important in gaining your details, understanding what it is you're looking for, and then being able to forward to you any such opportunities that we get in school. Above all, any student going on either of these two routes needs to talk to us, needs to be in touch with us constantly. Often there'll be days when there's seemingly nothing available, only for a raft of opportunities to appear the very next day. You mustn't lose heart and you must continue looking and keeping in contact with us. Mrs. Stewart, our careers leader, will be on hand to send emails relevant to those students where we know what it is they're looking for. So it's so important they keep in touch. Equally as important is that you are active at home looking for these sort of opportunities and looking to expose the students to themselves and their career paths and what it is they're actually wanting to do. And in that regard, we have set up 3 resources listed at the bottom here, each of them a YouTube video through which you can click on here and access that video. The first video looks at START, which should be a well-known online training resource which we use in our careers lessons and will continue to do so where possible. And START will allow the student to explore different careers and look at their own skills and so on, and it will try and recommend career paths that perhaps students didn't know existed or didn't match to their actual needs and wants and themselves. The second video is all about UCAS, and students looking for the sixth form will find this very useful in that it explains how to use UCAS in sharpening your sixth form subject choices, but it also lists and gives more detail about apprenticeships, so it should not be pushed to one side by those students who are not interested in a university route or a sixth form route. So that's the UCAS video. Finally, we have the Be Ready website. This website, again, you need a sign-in, which is similar to START. And on Be Ready, that will help you look at your skills, will help you develop your skills, offers a CV booster within it as well. Also allows you to compare labour market statistics on different jobs, so looking at working hours and rates of pay. And finally offers a really neat apprenticeship search tool, so it could also be part of your daily routine in terms of searching for careers, apprenticeships and traineeships that might be available. I hope that this has given you a little overview of the support we offer in school, but also allows you to, particularly in this moment in time, allows you to develop this at home between yourselves, enabling you to make the very best choices beyond Year 11. Thanks for listening.